as you know, I embed these videos that we make in my blog, Daughters of the Shadow Men, where people can come and comment. Now, they rarely ever comment, leading me sometimes to think that nobody even reads my blog, but these devices, SiteMeter and NeoCounter, suggest that some people do, but they just don't comment. And some complain that Blogger makes it very difficult to comment on a blog. You have to put your password down 3 different times maybe, or it won't accept it, or you just got to go through quite a process. You got to be determined to comment. So some of my relatives say it's just not worth it. They just give up. And but anyway, this commenter was very determined, and he wrote a long comment, which I've blogged about some of it. But the part that I want to talk about has to do with these videos that we make and put up on YouTube. Well, he objects very strongly to me using this alcoholic in my videos.
Don't help me here, okay?
Enabling him.
Don't help me.
And he said something about how I allowed him to just tear chunks out of the internet with his...
Oh, I thought it was blowing chunks.
Oh, yes. He's blowing chunks.
You know what that's slang for?
Oh.
Regurgitation, vomiting, blowing chunks.
Oh my gosh, it's even worse than I thought. And I was under the impression that I was keeping good control of him in my videos. I mean, I hardly ever let him say a word. I interrupt him all the time. And if he spoils one of them by talking too much, I veto it. And he has his own channel where he can make a fool out of himself or whatever. Whatever he wants to.
What is this, dialogue interruptus here?
See how well I control him when I'm in charge of my video? And besides that, this is the fat woman's channel. I mean, alcoholics, I live in a place of disability. People are in here because of the ravages of their addiction. Obese. There are cigarette smokers who are going around, with emphysema, can hardly breathe. And we have alcoholics by the tons.
Now, wait a minute.
Where are these addicted people going to go when they're broken down?
There's a disability guy in here.
Yes.
It doesn't look disabled to me, but he's delusional, all right?
Oh, yeah.
And he said... He just said not too long ago, he said, boy, there's a lot of HMIs in this place.
HMI?
And I said, you mean HMO? No, HMI. And I said, what does that mean? Heavily medicated individual.
Oh yeah, we have the druggies. And what is more, I think this commentator who went by the name of Bill, we knew, and we know him. We saw through his alias. And he was a heroin addict on methadone. So here he is. And, I represent the women with the beefy arms. Main TV, they don't let women with beefy arms on there. If you got beefy arms, you're not going to get on primetime TV.
Well, let me tell you
and
something.
I can't get rid of these beefy arms. I mean, I'm trying, but... I've been very poor for years, and I write a lot, and as the years go by, if you just sit around and write, the weight packs on. I also have chronic fatigue, so when I got chronic fatigue, I can't do anything but just sit around and get fat, and, and feed my face. So, I'm addicted. I have this problem with using food for comfort. Like he apparently uses alcohol in some capacity. But what is this? Being so intolerant of your fellow addicts. Just because, that's what I think. And I just wondered if people out here object to a woman with beefy arms on TV.
Well,
Does this offend to
talk
you.
to any heroin
I
addict
mean, there's a lot of women with beefy arms, believe me.
or meth addicts or coke heads, they'll tell you that on a scale of 0 to 10, they're 10. But alcoholics are just struggling to get to 0. So there you go, right? We're much better than
Oh, they're
alcoholics.
superior. Oh!
Anybody can go out and buy
A superior
alcohol.
addiction.
That's right.
Well, I noticed that there's a lot of old guys that are alcohol because they don't know how to do drugs, but the younger ones learned how to do drugs.
Well, they can't afford it anymore, for Christ's sake. What are you talking about?
So,
it's expensive and it's also dangerous.
I thought I was doing the world a favor, to be able to bring an alcoholic on and a foodaholic and discuss, the problem, the fact that we do know this, and I've been told many times, that I am too fat I've been rejected, I'm always, trying to look better, wear something to distract. That's why I wear hats. I wear clothes that I think will distract from my weight.
Well,
Yes, but I'm not trying to
I like
deny
this
it.
1970s shirt, and actually it's a 60s, right? Tied on, and it's really
Yeah.
nice. It makes you feel 40 years younger, It makes you feel like, whoa, baby, what's happening? It's groovy. Let's go listen to some...
Well, it's my theory that people who are addicted, the addiction is taking the place of healthy, good communications, say. They'd rather be communicating, having exciting times, but they can't find people to do this, so they sit in their rooms and eat. And so I'm trying to get help for those people. I believe in communicating. I think that's the key to health. So that's why I put this poor fellow. I put this poor fellow in my videos.
When did you tell me that you got the all chunky woman channel?
Well, that's obvious.
I thought I had the old geezers
The
channel.
old geezer drunk channel.
Now, wait a minute.
Well, he don't like to
Don't
use
help
that
me on
word.
this
No,
one, all
no.
right?
See, he's trying to come out of that category. But this is why I'm giving.
There are old geezers or young geezers.
Look, you
There's
listen
old
to
drunks,
this guy.
young drunks.
And Bill out there, our critic, listen to this guy. He's a smart guy, basically. When he gets, the drunker he gets, the less, the less impressive he is, of course, as every drunk is. And sometimes I just can't stand him, but I still think that he needs attention. If he'd got more attention for his brilliance,
Yeah, that's because
he
I own the
probably
camera.
wouldn't have to stay drunk.
I own the camera.
He often says he stays drunk to stand this awful life, of his. So I assume that he didn't get all his, he didn't get as much attention as he needed. And that's why I tried to make him a star, an alcoholic star, but
Wait a minute. I thought
And
we
why,
were going to talk
Bill?
about Utah.
no, we're not talking about Utah. We're talking about Bill attacking me because I'm enabling you. So you should be so lucky, Bill.
That's not right.
You should be
big
so
boy.
lucky that, as he is.